Hey, it's Chris, Safety Dog here. This is a recording of a live video that I shot on Monday, and we were talking about the CVOR specifically. I answer some questions for those of you that are new to the CVOR, and then for those of you who have a CVOR, I get into collisions and the first couple of pages of your CVOR, how to read it and understand it. So I hope you'll find this interesting. If you want me to continue to make these types of recordings, please hit like and subscribe. I appreciate it so much. All right, here, let's get into the CVOR.ca and how to read the Level 2 CVOR. Hey, it's Chris, Safety Dog. I am your trucking safety professional, and I think I know something about the CVOR. So if you want to learn about the CVOR, stay tuned as we are live today. It's about 1 o'clock on Monday, April the 22nd. So got a few questions I'd like to address in the email, and then we're going to get into a little bit about how to read the Level 2 CVOR. So that's largely what we're going to be doing today, is learning how to get into that Level 2 CVOR. And I just want to make sure that everybody here understands. We talk to two groups: the people who don't yet have their CVOR and the people that have their CVOR and want to learn how to read it and understand it a little bit better. Sean this week, he says, hey, thanks for your service. It was a great help. Went and passed the test after I wrote yours. So you're welcome, Sean. That's awesome. I appreciate the feedback and the encouragement. Oh, yes, as per our conversation, here's my email. Somebody reached out, gave me a phone call, as I encourage you all to do, and I'm here to help. And I had to send him some information. So that worked out well. This email, getting your CVOR, oh yes, he said, one of the things I want you to know is that trucking insurance, this year in particular, as I said, this is 2019, April the 22nd, trucking insurance is really a challenge this year. And I'm doing a YouTube video on trucking insurance this week as well. I'm not sure when it's going to get finished, but I'm going to publish it to the Safety Dog channel in YouTube. So if you're interested in trucking insurance, check that out. What I'm doing there is I'm asking the questions. First of all, it's really difficult this year. Trucking insurance is the worst that I've seen it since I joined an insurance company in 2001. And one of the things I want to make sure is that you can get your trucking insurance. And so this email that I sent out, this went out to Nick. He said, yes, please introduce me to a trucking insurance specialist, because he realized and agreed with me that you need a trucking insurance specialist, especially in this market. You need a trucking insurance specialist to get your company up and running. So what was next here? Stop emailing me. Yes, I think I read that one last week, but there is an unsubscribe button at the bottom of all my emails when I send them out. You understand about auto emailers and stuff. I have to have a unsubscribe button at the bottom by privacy law. If I email you direct, that's a different story. I don't need that. And by the way, I'm looking for beta testers. Again, this is April the 29th. I've got my first module completed now of the CVOR test prep. And I'm going to be launching that today, looking for some beta testers. It'll cost you a couple of bucks. I'm not sure what the price is yet. Got to figure that out. No more than 10 bucks. It will be the first of 5 modules. If you're going out to write the CVOR test, I really believe this is going to be a great help to you. So send me an email, chris@cvor.ca, if you want to be one of the beta testers. and I will get you all hooked up with that. Should be, I'm just finishing off the website where you can go and sign up and all that kind of stuff. So that's what's holding me up. The course, the first module is done, and now I've got to create a website where you can go sign up, and that I want to get done today. Let's see what else is next here. Thanks for the information. I wrote and passed the test. Yay! Right? Who needs permits? Please find attached the application form. This fellow was having difficulty finding the CVOR application form online, so I sent a copy on the CVOR on the application form. Sorry, we just got a comment here, and Ali says thanks. Okay, so now let's go to, whoops, don't want to have any CVOR PowerPoint difficulties today. Let's transition over to the presentation, level 2 CVOR. What's it trying to tell me? And basically, this is a webinar that I do occasionally. I haven't done it for several months. I should probably do it once again. If you have a level 2 CVOR, in other words, you are a trucking company that already have your CVOR and you're set up for that, you want to learn how to read the level 2, then you are in the right place. If you want to learn more about the CVOR and you want to learn about the overall violation rate and why that is so important to you, you need to know more about the CVOR. What does each section do and how does it relate to each other? That's what we're doing here today. This portion is not if you don't have a CVOR yet. So real quick, what's my story? Yes, that's me. Mom and dad are there. Of course, like everyone, I've got a mom and a dad. What is a little bit different about me, though, is that my dad owned a trucking company. And this is down in the, I think it's the early 60s. That was Grandpa. And in the early 60s, down on the Esplanade Street in Toronto, we collected garbage. We had a flat deck operation. And just look at that beast trying to turn around, and they can't even make a turn in a large area like that. I worked for Old Republic Insurance for a number of years, and this was a spoof on healthy eating. I do have my CIP, my CRM, which is risk management, and I am a CDS holder, Director of Safety from the NATME organization. So what are we talking about today? This is what a level 2 looks like. And what we're talking about here all the time is the overall violation rate. This is critical to your company's health and success. There's a lot of other information here on this first page, but that overall violation rate, I just want to let you know, that's everything to you. That, and along with your carrier safety rating that you can see here on this particular example, it is satisfactory unaudited. There are 5 different ratings, by the way. We're not going to get into all those today. We'll skip through this here. This was a client that I had helped, but the overall violation rate of threshold is everything. And as I say, it is right there. You got to make sure this is a blank CVIR. What the heck? Another acronym, CVIR. Yes, CVIR, Commercial Vehicle Inspection Report. In order to be successful with your CVOR and monitoring of it, you got to make sure you collect every one of these. Up here in the corner, as you can see, they have a CVIR number. So you need to make sure that's how you track whether you got them all or not. So that's called the CVOR. We're just going to quickly walk through the first part of it. The overall violation rate contains or consists of 3 components, and those 3 components are collisions, convictions, and inspections, and each of those are really important. The CVOR, of course, you can get into interventions if that overall violation rate or the OVR gets high. That is one of the reasons you can get into an intervention. There are many others, and then we will not be talking about ratings today. So let's start at the very beginning. first of all, when you get your CVOR, make sure your number is correct. The second thing I want you to do is look at the client name and make sure the name is legally correct. You can have a DBA or operating as name. In this case, it is Empty Trucking. So this is Money Trucking Inc. is the official legal name, and they operate as Empty Trucking. Funny, funny. Anyways, the address here is 123 Easy Money Street in Dreams, Ontario. As you can see here, that is a little bit of my wit and humor. You say, just like, you know, you got to have some humor in this world today. The mailing address, make sure that is correct. The address, if I can just go back to this one here, this address needs to be where the MTO or the police can find you Monday to Friday during business hours. That's what they want there. If your mailing address is different than that location, include it there. Then of course you've got your phone, your mobile, your fax if you are still using a fax, but most people have switched over to email today. And there you can have an email address right there. The expiry date, CVORs do expire on a regular basis. And so you need to keep track of that and make sure you have your expiry date. Again, once again, there's your overall violation rate or your OVR, and then your carrier safety rating. Really quick, this is some cut and paste that I did for your information. And I just want you to see that on the collisions, in this example, we have 2 collisions with points, and this carrier had 10 other collisions. So for a total of 12 collisions. Understand that not all collisions are pointable. Only collisions with, as MTO describes it, with an impropriety. So a collision with an impropriety carries points. And those points are 2, 4, or 6 points. And even collisions that are reported to collision reporting centers carry points if there is an impropriety. So an example of an impropriety would be an illegal left turn. You turn in front of somebody and they strike you. That is an example of an impropriety, and that would carry points. If somebody hits you in the rear end, it is likely that there was no impropriety there, therefore you would have no points. So 2 points for property damage only, 4 points for an injury if an injury occurred in your vehicle or any of the vehicles involved in a crash, and lastly 6 points for a fatal crash. So if anybody dies in a crash that you have an impropriety, then you get 6 points. So 2, 4, or 6. If there is no impropriety, as you can see here, collisions not pointed, it would fall under there. It still shows on your CVOR your level 2. And while we're talking about what shows on the level 2, all crashes from across Canada should appear on your level 2, and if there's an impropriety, should come with points as well. So just be aware of that. All crashes from across Canada should appear on your level 2 CVOR. All right, and I think that's it for today. We will, let me switch this back over. I just want to say thank you to you all. I don't want to keep these sessions very long. That is about 12 minutes today. I thank you for tuning in. If you have a CVOR questions, please ask away. Send me an email. Let me just check the Brian Lutz says, hey, Mr. Harris. Hey, Brian, how are you? I appreciate you tuning in. All right, I think that's it for today. We are going to sign off. If you've got your questions, email me, chris@cvor.ca, and I will do my best to answer them. Every Monday at 1 p.m. we go live. So that's it for now. Safety Dogs out.